And we turn to Moscow now, where US basketball star Brittney Griner is on trial on the charge of transportation of drugs. The hearing began today, 4 months after she was first arrested while traveling to play basketball in Russia. Griner was detained at a Moscow area airport after cannabis oil was allegedly found in her luggage in February. The drug charges Griner faces carry a sentence of up to 10 years. Well, for more on this, let's bring in Philipp Höppner from DW Sports. Philipp, give us a breakdown of what happened when in this case.
So this case all began on the 17th of February. That is when Griner was traveling to Russia to play basketball there. And that is when custom agents discovered that there was allegedly cannabis oil in her vape cartridges that she had brought. Today, the court has actually said, or the prosecution has said, how much quantity of cannabis oil was allegedly found. We're talking about 0.7 grams.
0.7 grams?
0.7 grams. And that faces potentially 10 years in prison in Russia. So that's what we're dealing with. It took the US government 2 months after she was initially detained to declare her as wrongfully detained, so a very long time as well. The preliminary hearing took place on the 29th of June. Her detention was then extended another 6 months, and there was also a court date given. That is today, the 1st of July, and today the hearing has started. There is no press allowed in the courtroom at the time during the hearing, and also the lawyer has said of Brittney Griner that it's approximately a 2-month time period that they're looking at until a verdict is reached.
Talking about the verdict, what are the chances of a verdict that goes in favor?
Those are very likely. Those chances are very, very small. The acquittal rate in the Russian justice system is under 1%, so that also speaks for itself. There's also talks that Russian officials often plant evidence, such as narcotics, on people that they're trying to detain for political reasons as such. The Kremlin has said that this is not a political ordeal. However, looking at the facts, it seems quite the opposite, that Griner is indeed a political pawn in this situation. There is one perhaps scenario that might see her free sooner than later, and that is a prisoner exchange. Russian media have said that there are ongoing talks between the Biden administration on the one hand and Russian government about an exchange that would see Griner and Viktor Bout being exchanged for one another. Viktor Bout is an arms dealer who has the nickname the Merchant of Death, and he has been imprisoned in the US in the year 2008 for a total of 25 years. When asked about this, US officials declined to comment on it, so they have neither confirmed nor denied.
Now, what are the reactions like regarding her situation and also the start of the trial?
So a petition has been signed by over 300,000 people at this point for the US government to take more consequent actions in order to bring her back home to the US. There's also a big outcry by fans, by family, by friends, of course. But people are still quite furious that this is not something that has been on public display and that the government isn't doing more. There's also big talks about equal pay regarding men and women. So Griner, in context, is being paid $230,000 to play in the WNBA for 1 season. Over in Russia, it is up to $1 million, and that is after tax. So that is the reason why she was there in the first place. So that is why people argue, had she been paid fairly in the WNBA, this whole case would have never happened.